Okay. Um, I went to an eviction hearing today. I went to an eviction hearing this morning in court,
Okay.
and the landlord had lied on the forms and done an obvious, like the math didn't work out. It was self-evident they had lied. So the judge dismissed the case. She
Okay.
said she told them, yeah, to start over. There's no eviction. You're done. And they were instructed to redo the eviction process and do it right without lying on the forms. The timing
Okay.
it was what it was. So I'm at home and they come in and give me a notice saying, actually, never mind. You got 3 days. Get out. It doesn't matter what the judge says. And I'm looking at the paper, and this doesn't look official. It looks like something they just typed up, and they're obfuscating. It's just pretty much irrelevant. But they said they're going to, use force. Like, we will move your stuff. We're putting you out, locking you out. And they've done like 5 different illegal lockouts already. That's California Penal Code 418. They already did it a whole bunch. So yeah, I'm guessing they're going to do it again.
Okay. Well, if you have that form and you were just in civil court for it, and they basically, I'm guessing they gave them like a cease and desist letter, as far as like that current eviction process is null and void, and then they need to apply for a new one.
Yeah, that's what the judge said. You have to start the process over.
So then, if they're not, if they're not acting within their eviction rights or like their eviction process rights, you can take that form back to the courthouse and basically appeal it. And then that's going to go back as a civil matter between you as like basically the tenant and the landlord, or basically the leasing.
Okay, but they can't just like she brought over a Latino laborer to move my stuff out and said she'd be back to have it done. Like,
Okay, yeah. So then whatever they're giving you is just false. They're just trying to give you paperwork that I mean, if it's whether it's true or not, just go off of whatever the judge said. And then if they keep issuing you paperwork that you think appears odd, that's where you need to go back to the judge that's overseeing this case.
the judge kind of disrespected me and yelled at me and wouldn't let me say a word. Ruled in my favor, but this bad.
So like I said, so just take whatever paperwork they're giving you, and take it back to the courthouse and say, look, like they were ordered to cease and desist, and they're not doing that. So
Okay, so go back to the courthouse where this case is.
Whoever the main property manager, main property manager is, you can also file a restraining order against them, and then they would have to go through a third-party contract company for leasing contacts. So that's how it works. So basically, if you're having issues as the tenant between you and your landlord,
It's just a friend. It's a personal friend. It's my landlord.
Oh, well then, I mean, it doesn't sound like he's being too good of a friend then.
No, she's a schizophrenic hoarder, and I cleaned up her hoarding mess, and she decided to burn the world down because of it. This woman is saying she's the mother of Michael Jackson's children because of egg donation, and she was married to Steve McQueen. I am not being sarcastic. She is full-on schizophrenic, and I knew that, but I didn't know how closely that was tied with hoarding and how bad of a hoarder she was until I had to clean up her mess, and then, oh boy, it was bad.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it sounds like you guys are operating between verbal agreements and friend deals.
Yeah, she owes me a bunch of money. She owes me $1,000 for a phone over here, $500 for the environmental controls over there, money for rent, money for work. Like, she owes me.
The thing as far as owing someone money, right? I was asked the question, how much is it worth it to kind of have that person out in your life? If they're causing you this many issues and you have all this going on, maybe the $500 is just better left not being seen and not having her in your life anymore.
Yeah, I'm not dealing, but I also live here, and I'm going to be homeless when I lose it, so I'm tired of them trying to push me around like I don't have rights.
The judge said that you're not going to get evicted, so whatever paperwork she's giving you, just take it back to the courthouse and say, look, this is wrong, this is not what the judge ordered. But once the judge has already appealed into it, I can't necessarily get involved, especially if it's just between landlord and a tenant. That's a civil matter.
Okay, but what if they take physical action? Like the dude is a laborer and his task is to move my stuff out and said I'll be here day after tomorrow to do it. Am I allowed to use force to defend myself? I'm a big giant motherfucker. Like, I'm not gonna let someone walk off with my PlayStation.
Well, I'm not going to tell you to ever hurt someone. That's not a wise choice. What I would say, though, is since that you were just in court, take whatever paperwork that she's trying to serve you with that, may be null or void or incorrect, and let them know what's going on. Because this is a civil matter. This is between you and a landlord. And those are protected either by a contract, or you guys have some type of agreement, right? That's not a law enforcement matter, it's a civil matter.
Okay, and what about the illegal lockout, the Penal Code 418? She's done it a couple of times already, and I'm suspecting she's going to do it again. Well, mostly because she told my face, I'll be back in 2 days.
So then, if she does it again, we can document it for you, but you need to go back to the courthouse with that paperwork, or whatever she's saying that she's...
Well, I will, but you guys take care of the penal codes, right? And Penal Code 418 is a misdemeanor where they've done lockout stuff without the proper authority, and they've done that a couple of times, and I fear I imminently will do it again.
Okay. Well, then, if they do it, just make sure you have all the paperwork showing that it's an illegal lockout, okay?
Yeah, okay. Alright, thank you. That's all I can do.
Alright, sounds good.
Thank you. Alright, I'll have to go back to the fucking courthouse. Oh, thank goodness I didn't hang up the other phone call. I'm on call hold with, insurance. I'm going to renew. I let the insurance policy lapse. I had insurance for a little while, and when I expected I was going to have to go, like the 1st of June, I let it lapse. Now I'm going to fucking reinstate that shit in case they do something to me and bust my stuff up. I've got, video for days. Like, I got proof of what I have and receipts, the whole 9 yards. So, if they steal my PlayStation, my laptop, my 360 camera, I'll know. Like, or I'll have a recourse. But this is fucking asinine. I don't know what I can do.